What's up, everybody? Adam here, and I'm coming to you today with another comic book weekly haul. The week of November 11th had a bunch of releases. If you read from both sides of the Marvel and DC spectrum, then you probably picked up a ton of books this week. I'm more of a Marvel person. You're going to see that from my stack, but I actually had a few books, a few more books than usual from DC this week. So we're going to go ahead and start looking at it. I picked up an older one this week, Batman number 43, the first appearance of Mr. Bloom, I guess it is. I've seen a lot of other people snagging this book, and my comic shop had one last copy, so I figure I might as well grab it since I have it. Next up was one I didn't know about until I saw some folks in the Geeks with Wives tweeting about this. Superman American Alien number 1. I'm assuming it is it is a miniseries, number 1 of 7. I'm not really sure what to expect from this series. It kind of looks like Superman's early adventures or learning all his powers as a kid, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I always like the little origin stuff, even if it changes things up a little bit. Next up, Batman and Robin Eternal number 6. I've really been enjoying this book. I think my wife actually ordered the 7th Batman volume, so I'll see Endgame to kind of have a better idea of what's all going on inside this, the story leading up to it. But thus far, I've really been enjoying Batman and Robin Eternal. For a weekly book, it's been consistently good. And then we have Red Hood and Arsenal number 6, I believe. Yes, number 6. I'm an issue or so behind on this one, but I really liked where issue number 4 went. So I need to finish up 5 and then catch up on this one. But it kind of took a more serious turn in issue 4 and kind of went away from the goofierness of the series. So I'm curious to see where this picks up, because this looks like it starts looking at some of the ramifications from an earlier issue where they were fighting nanobot mimes. You can kind of see them on the cover here. This guy here, Nanobot Mime. Here's another one that I'm probably not going to get too many more of. Haven't really been liking it very much. DC Comics Bombshells number 4. I mainly picked it up because it's the Harley Quinn cover. If it had been anybody else, I probably wouldn't have picked it up this week. But I like the cover a lot with her riding the bomb down. Very similar to the other one. So, yeah, I got it. Not really terribly impressed with the story. I finished the second one, and I haven't really even read the third one yet. Now we're going to get into some of the regular pulls from Marvel. We have Captain America White, number 4. I still don't think I've read anything past 1, so I'll catch up on this eventually. I picked up a second copy of Drax, number 1 this week. When I came home with Drax number 1 last time, my wife asked me if I got her own copy, and I didn't grab her a copy. So this week they had a bunch there, so I snagged her one so she can have her own personal. Oh, goodness gracious, I apologize. I was up too late playing Fallout 4. No, I got her own personal Drax number 1, so she's gonna start her own comic book collection at this point. I thought we were sharing, but she wants certain books of her own. Next up, we have Uncanny Avengers number 2. I kind of enjoyed the very first issue. I'm not a huge fan of the art style. Let's see if I can get kind of a good example of it. It doesn't look as bad this time, but in the first issue, a lot of the physique of people I just thought was kind of goofy looking. We'll kind of look at Quicksilver here real quick. See if I can get him in frame properly. He just seems kind of wobbly. I don't really know how to describe it. They seem a little deformed, and it looked kind of distracting in the first issue. The story itself is what's keeping me around. We'll see how it plays out, but yeah, I'm not terribly impressed with the art in this series thus far. Next up, Radioactive Spider-Gwen number 2. I really enjoyed the first issue. It's Spider-Gwen. I kind of wish I had read the first 5 issues now, because this really does seem to be just a pickup from the previous story. So I kind of want to see if I can snag... I have Spider-Gwen 1, but I need to get 2 through 5. So maybe this will make a little more sense after I read those other ones. Then we have, and I'll probably read this as soon as I'm done with the video, Secret Wars number 7. And they've kind of made it official now, 7 of 9. I think the last one said 6 of 8. So now we are extending Secret Wars out. I was really hoping this was going to be done by the end of the year. By the looks of it, this isn't going to be done until January. So if Marvel wants to hurry up and finish this, that'd be fantastic. Because it's kind of annoying that this series, which is supposed to be the reset for the all-new, all-different stuff, is not done yet. But whatever, it is what it is. Then we have one I've been waiting for. I didn't know when it was coming out, and finally it's out. Infinity Gauntlet number 5. Other than the Little Marvel AVX, this has been my favorite series. Civil War was really good, Spider-Verse was really good. This one started off really slow, but it got really good real fast. So I really want to see how this book ends. And I'm curious if it has any major tie-ins to the main book, because it has Thanos running around doing stuff on the side. So I want to know. Then we have Star Wars Chewbacca number 3. I read the first issue. It was kind of Groot-esque, just Chewbacca doesn't say I am Groot, of course, he just growls and grunts. And it looks like the story is going to be more about this person, who I already forgot their name because I wasn't really that terribly impressed with the first issue. Because where Groot kind of emotes, or they find a way to make more sense of what Groot is saying, in this book she basically just goes, I don't understand what you're saying, please help me. That was a good chunk of the book, and I don't know, I got the second and third issues. I want to see where the story goes, I guess, but I wasn't really impressed with the first one. Then we have number ones, and number ones. There was a ton of number ones this week. Some of them I have a lot of interest in. Some of them, this is not what I thought it was. Well, I'm a dumb idiot. I thought this was the Squadron Supreme book that was coming out, or from the title. Yeah, this is number 4 of the Secret Wars book. So I haven't read any of these other ones. I thought this was, I gotta pay more attention apparently when I go to my comic shop. But here's Squadron Sinister number 4. That's a thing. I'm a dumb. Next up, Carnage number 1. Again, a book I really don't know anything about, but one, this cover is really sick. It's Carnage, his mouth is open, and it just looks like a coal mine or something like that, and it just looks really cool. I like Spider-Man. I've always liked Carnage, Venom, Carnage, all those people like that, so I'm curious to see what's going on in that series. Next up, Ultimates number 1. I was pretty intrigued by this and all the different books that were launching out of the Avengers number 0. So this was originally a book I didn't really think I was going to like, but I liked the preface story in Avengers number 0, so I figured I'd give the Ultimates a shot to see what it's like. Probably the Avengers title I've been looking forward to the most is the all-new, all-different Avengers number 1. I like some of the other ones. I'm not a huge fan of Uncanny Avengers. It's alright. What is it, the other one's just the all-new Avengers. It was also okay. It wasn't fantastic. But this one I'm really kind of putting up on a pedestal a bit. But I'm really hoping it's going to be better than the other books, especially with the lineup of heroes they have in here, especially Miles Spider-Man. So, pretty excited about that. Next up is one that I didn't really have a huge interest in, but my wife wanted me to pick up for her. Illuminati number 1. Looking at the cover, I'm surprised I'm not more interested in it, but it's, I don't know, there's just something about it that just doesn't scream, I want to read this book, even though somebody has the Infinity Gauntlet, what looks like the Cosmic Cube, Captain America's shield is down here, the Eye of Agamotto's on this one dude. I'll try and get it in frame a little bit here. You can kind of see all the different relics of the Marvel Universe on this cover. But I really don't know anything about it. Like I said, my wife just saw the preview for it, and she wanted me to pick it up. So that's technically her book. I'll probably still read it, but you know how it is. This week, 2 variants. I've been kind of like stalling on the variants for the past couple of weeks, but this week they had a couple that I really wanted to pick up. One is, and I didn't think I was going to get any of these, honestly, was the Looney Tunes variant of Batman Superman number 26. I like how it's the tribute to the Dark Knight, where, you know, Batman had all his guns getting ready to fight Superman, and it's Sylvester and Tweety fighting. So, it's kind of silly, it's kind of goofy, but I did like the cover. I liked what they were paying homage to. And then the other one I picked up was, I don't think I have any of the hip-hop covers yet. This is the first hip-hop cover I've picked up, which is the Wolverine number 1. All new Wolverine number 1, the hip hop variant. It's the DMX Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. I just think it's a really the album cover is really sick, and I like what they did here for the variant. It's really, really cool. And I just realized, I just went through this whole stack, that I actually forgot to pick up a regular copy of Wolverine. I had so many books I was grabbing this week that I forgot to grab a regular Wolverine. So I will apparently have to pick that up as well, because I don't really want to open up my variant, because that's just the kind of person I am. But now we've reached that point in the video where I discuss my pick of the week. It's yet another number 1 from Marvel, and it looks like it's going to kind of be in the same vein as the Exiles, which kind of excites me. Or at least that's the vibe I got from the preview in Amazing Spider-Man number 1. It is Protectors of the Spider-Verse Web Warriors number 1. I love stories where they just kind of can jump from reality to reality, and you just see all the different Marvel verses and all the different ways they can be, and it gives writers creativity, like real freedom of creativity to do what they want. And I'm hoping that's what this book is going to be like, where they just kind of, it's from the end of, I want to say, the Spider-Verse Secret Wars thing, where they kind of find out they're all interconnected to this giant spider web type of thing. Spoilers. But they kind of just jump around and fix things in the other universes. At least that's I said, that's kind of what I got from the preview story. And if it is, I'm really, really going to like this book, especially because they could switch out the spider people, or somebody could find a universe they want to stay in. Stuff like that. Stuff they did in the Exiles. It's kind of a restart of that, in my opinion. So I'm really looking forward to this series. Plus, more Spider-Gwen and Peter Porker Spider-Ham. So, yeah, I'm digging it. Everybody pick it up, take it a look, especially if you're a fan of Exiles or Elseworld stories. But yeah, that is it for this week, everybody. Yeah, I feel stupid this week picking up a book I didn't mean to pick up, and then forgetting to pick up a book. So, as usual, everybody, I'd love to hear about what you're reading, what you picked up, found any deals this week, any bargains, any sneaks. Put it down there in the comments. And if you guys really liked what you saw this week, that always helps out the videos, gets me a little more exposure out there. And if you want to see what I'm picking up every week, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Every Wednesday I'm sharing what I picked up. Might be kind of late, might be kind of early, but every Wednesday I'm doing a comic book haul, weekly release. So until next video, everybody, this is Adam, signing off.